about money, specifically what you're charging, or in that case, in some, not charging, because here's the truth that doesn't get said out loud. Most travel advisors are underpaid, not because they aren't good at what they do, but because they don't have a pricing structure that reflects the value of their work. And the wild part, it's not even their fault. The industry has taught you that commission was enough, that the trip is the product, that the service is just what you do to earn it. That's backwards. The service is the product, the planning, the time, the protection, the brain power. That's what you should be getting paid for. Let's strip this down. You get a lead, you answer questions, you research destinations, you send out options, you follow up, you change dates, you price shop, you check reviews, you call suppliers, you chase confirmations, you organize documents, you manage the entire experience. And that's before the trip even happens, before the client even pays, before the commission clears, if it clears. And yet somehow you've been made to feel like you haven't earned your fee. That's because you're new or self-taught or not part of a fancy host agency. You should just wait for the back end payout. Let me ask you this. If someone ghosted you after all of that, how much money would you get paid for? Zero, because you didn't charge up front. And if they book, you get paid months later after the trip happens based on a percentage you didn't set. That's not a business, that's a gamble. And it's time to stop rolling the dice on your value. You're not charging for the booking, you're charging for the brains behind it, the decisions, the experience, the clarity you provide that Google can't. You're not a middleman or a middlewoman, you're a service provider. Start acting and pricing like it. So let's break down what you actually can charge for. Planning fee, initial consults, trip research, destination matching, custom itineraries, building out day-by-day breakdowns or activity flows, booking management, flights, hotel, ground transport, travel protection, client communication, handling questions, concerns, changes, and support, upgrades and VIP access, any elevated experience that requires your negotiation or insider touch. All of that equals value. All of that equals billable. And I already hear the objections, but I'm new. So what? New doesn't mean free. New doesn't mean unpaid. New means you're still learning, but you are still working, and work gets paid. Nobody, a hairstylist, how long they've been cutting before they get paid. Nobody's a nail tech, how many years they've been doing acrylics. They pay for the service, period. So here's the shift I want you to make. Stop selling the trip, start selling the service and the transformation that you create. You're not just saving your client time, you're saving them decision fatigue, you're reducing risk, you're curating the experience and the outcome. That's not fluff, that's value, and your pricing should reflect it. Now let's talk numbers, because I know that's exactly what you're waiting. What should you charge? Listen, there's no one-size-fits-all answer, but here's a starting range: $150 to $300 for general trip planning, $500 plus for custom or complex itineraries, $50 to $100 per person for group trips, hourly rates for ongoing travel consultation. The point isn't to copy a number, it's to build a structure. Your pricing should reflect your process, not your fear. And yes, some people will push back. They'll say, why do I have to pay you up front? And hey, listen, that's fine. They're not your client. They're used to chaos. They're used to advisors who are winging it. They're used to free labor and slow replies. But listen, that's not you. You're building something that's different. And the only way to attract better clients is to stop marketing to the wrong one. You attract what your pricing signals. Confident pricing attracts prepared clients. Confused pricing attracts people who drain your time. You're not pricing to justify your existence. You're pricing to protect your energy, to stabilize your income, to run a business, not a maybe. So here's what I want you to sit with. If you're still afraid to charge, ask yourself, am I afraid of losing a potential client, or I'm afraid of finally standing in my value? Because one leads to boundaries, the other one leads to burnout. If you're ready to stop guessing, to stop undercharging, to stop hoping the next booking covers the gap, come inside the $1 TLC challenge. We rebuild your pricing from the inside out. We map the structure. We align it to your service. We make it make sense so you can finally breathe. No more waiting on permission. No more comparing it to what everyone else is doing. This is your business. You weren't just looking for tips. You were looking for a better way to build. If that's real for you, the 3-day TLC challenge will reset your whole approach. We go beyond content. We build the business model, Most advisors were never shown. Click the link below and come join us. This isn't training, it's a blueprint. See you inside.